Hey, you there. Thank you for watching and welcome to Forge Lines Forever. Today I have a 7v7 custom match here on the most amazing Roxas map generator on Viewer Wednesday. So shout out to the person who sent me this replay. Their name is down in the description. Let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players. We'll start with Team 1 on the northwestern side of the map and we'll end with Team 2 on the southeastern side of the map. Taking a look at Team 1's front line in the northeast. First, we have in orange color orange. It is Robert. He's playing as a UF for this match as a 1600. In ruby red to his southwest, we have Legend Lord 2 playing as a Cybran. He is a 1400. In Snow White to his southwest, it is Randy Savage playing as a Cybran as well. He is an 1100. And then rounding out Team 1, we have in Batman Gray, it is Excelsior playing as an Aeon. He is an 1800. He is the highest rated player on Team 1 and in the game overall. Moving on to the midsection of Team 1, we have in Tropical Ocean Blue, it is Darth Sand playing as a UEF. He is a 1300. To his northeast, we have in Imperial Gray, it is Blarg 6516 playing as a UEF as well. He is a 1400. And in the back row in the regular slot, we have in Regal Purple, it is Black Phoenix playing as a Cybran. He is a 1300. So for Team 1 side of the map, they have, if I did my math correctly, 3 UEF, 3 Cybrans, and then 1 Aeon, which means they have 0 Seraphim. Taking a look at Team 2's southwestern side first, they have in lightish red pink, it is Rekather playing as a Seraphim. He is a 1500. Here's northeast in Chevy Crimson, we have Spectrum Samurai playing as a Cybran. He is a 1000 rated. In Pac-Man Yellow to his his northeast, we have Tuchimuffa playing as a UEF. He is a 1600. And rounding up Team 2 in the northeast side of their lineup, we have in Royal Blue, it is Master of Seasons playing as a Seraphim. He is a 1700. He is tied for the highest rated player on his team with his next door neighbor southward of Spectre Slave 137. He is a 1700, just like Master of Seasons. He is a Cybran for this match. And to his southwest in Barbie Pink, we have the Aeon of Amaterasu. He is an 1100. And then rounding up Team 2 in the regular slot, we have in forest green the best color, of course. It is Hyper 2001 playing as a Seraphim as a 1200. So for Team 2 side of the map, they have 1 UEF, and then they have 2 Cybrans, 1 Aeon, and then 3 Seraphim. Making sure I did my math right. That is correct. So all the factions are represented on Team 2 side of the map. Team 1, they are only missing out on the Seraphim faction. And for these 14 players on the map, let's take a look at their reclaim situation. Currently sitting at, hey, look at that. That makes the math easy. 14,000 mass in reclaim. That means 1,000 mass per player. And the majority of that reclaim does sit pretty much around the stick figure-esque part of the map. You have the head and the body, and then the arms and the legs. So all around the upper plateau section and the lower plateau section, or at least the lower, not including the upper plateau section of the map. There's a tiny little pond, nothing really in that. There's also a tiny pond up here to the northeast, nothing in that. There's also another pond in the southwest. I mean, maybe we'll see maybe a T2 naval headquarters. There's already a Team 1 there from Rekather, so maybe. And there's a couple of other ponds for players to hide in as well, but the majority of the map is land, which means we'll see lots of experimentals running around or flying around the map, depending on which ones players go with. We do see first upgrade has been started by Team 1's Excelsior, going for range and then going for speed right afterwards, working on that Aeon Sniper Commander. And in terms of extra mexes on the map, in terms of those exterior ones that players need to grab to skyrocket their ecos, we'll take a look at Team 1 side of the map in the northwest. There is a Trimex here and here. And then there's a Twin Mex on the, was that heel of the little stick figure there? The foot. And then there's a Trimex position here, and then another one near the pond to the northeast. So there are a couple of positions to grab towards the middle of the map. Everything behind that for Team 1, there's really not much clumpage. I mean, yeah, it's not close enough. That's kind of close, but not really. They're pretty much all one-off. So there's some reclaim, some mixes. There's not a lot of both, but there's something which is obviously better than nothing. I will note this game does go over an hour. I think it's an hour and 5, I think. So get your popcorn, get your drinks, get your beef jerky, get your whatever you want to consume, because it is going to be a long one. We do see gun started for Team 1's Dark Sand, and then for Team 2's Spectrum, and then Team 1's Robert. For first combi-com action has occurred between Spectrum on the upgrade, who's almost done with that, and Randy Savage. It is Cybern v Cybern, no faction advantage, but the upgrade will be done here shortly, and that will be a nice advantage for Team 2. Going for stealth immediately, he actually might just sit there. Oh, no, he's not going to sit there and take the damage. It looks like he's going to go after those forces from him. And now we have Team 2's Amaterasu coming in to assist a little bit. Randy Savage has dropped Spectrum's comm into the yellow as well. It is 5,000 versus 6,000, but it is double the damage for Team 2 just because he's firing twice as fast, which means Randy Savage will lose hit points quicker. And he has range on Randy, so actually he could probably stop moving for maybe a second or two, but it looks like he's going to let him go. More units are inbound to try to cover that commander's retreat, but he is going to be probably out of the match for a while. He'll probably go for stealth and then nano afterwards, or he'll go for stealth and then gun, or he'll go for gun and then stealth. Usually it's, in that case, it's probably going to be stealth, but he probably wants to get some weapons online just in case somebody tries to say hi to him. We do see T2 started on the heel of Team 2 side of the map for Twitchy. We do see Regular going for a gun upgrade in the southwest. And then in the northeast, I thought I saw a gun upgrade started for somebody for Team 2, Master of Seasons. No, I thought I saw a gun upgrade somewhere. Maybe not, but we do see sensor package started for Team 2's Amaterasu. And then we see T2 started for Legend Lore on the heel as well. I thought somebody else was going for an upgrade there, but I guess maybe he canceled that upgrade because I thought it was him that started one there. Anyway, we do see a large push from Team 2's Eastern player Master grabbing the northeastern corner and that Trimax position, so a little bit more mechs income from him. We do see it is going to be a 2-to-1 advantage in favor for Team 1, though, so he theoretically should get pushed out soon. We'll see how long he ends up staying there. In the middle of the map, towards the southwestern side of that middle, we have 3 players here, and then another one here from Team 2. So that's Team 1. We'll scratch that. We have 3 players from Team 2 here, and then 2 players for Team 1. Stealth upgrade was the first one started by Randy Savage. Rain started for Amaterasu. Sensor package is done, so that's an advantage for Team 2. It's 1v1 between the heels of the little stick figure guy here. But we do see Team 1's Black Phoenix is running around the more torso part of the upper plateau. I do want to note the only hills to access the other side of the map are from the feet. So it's going to force action on land to either be distance building, which we see happening up, but I wouldn't be surprised if it happens downward maybe on one side or the other, or again down that feet hill thing that we see Team 2's Spectre Slave walking up now. We do see Wrecker in the southwest, really unopposed. We do see Team 1's Dark Sand is over here. Looks like he's going to move central, though, so it will hit the western front a little bit more exposed, which we'll see if Wrecker decides to push that or not. We do see now Excelsior moving in to intercept Spectrum's comm. Maybe, maybe not, but Spectrum continuing to engage. We see gun speed and range started for Randy. Again, it's only gun speed and range for Team 2, so that will put a total hit point count in favor for Team 1 in terms of upgrades, but looks like Spectrum's going to get some veterancy here shortly. Shots being traded still from Amaterasu and Excelsior's comms. And I will note this is what Team 2 can see on the map. That upgrade really coming in handy, keeping track of where Randy and Excelsior are currently sitting or moving or whatever they're doing nearby. And looks like Team 2's, just full send it has kind of been cut in half by Team 1's Robert. He's still up here to the northeast, but he's kind of isolated from everything else. He probably will just pop in the water, go back to that Trimax position, and head back to safety. We do see northwestern side T2 Air almost done going for T3 for Team 1. And then T3 doesn't even start in here for Team 2's Hyper, so he's a little bit behind in that regard. Looks like nobody else going for air as of yet for Team 2. Looks like it's all land facilities. T3 land has already been started. It's not done yet, but it will be done soon from Master of Seasons. And then on Team 1, any other air facilities? T2 air has been started and done for Team 1 Dark Sand. T2 also done going for T3. for Blarg. So we have 3 potential air plays for Team 1. Team 2, it's only the 1. And no T3 has been started as of yet. There could have been some raiding that I didn't notice. I highly doubt it, though. I don't see any really dead anything besides maybe a dead air scout or something. But looks like T3 is still not going on yet, but it should be starting here shortly for Team 2's Hyper 2001. We do see Randy Savage still pushing in with that gun stealth comm. He's almost back up into the green. Lots of fire. That's not looking healthy for him. Spectrum Samurai going for a T2 land facility. Is that going to be a T2 land headquarters or just a regular one? Looks like it's going to be a regular one. Nano repair started for Hyper 2001. He does have gun online, so that is 3v3 here in the middle between Team 1 and Team 2. We do see Spectre. I can't talk today. Spectre Slave and Spectrum. Those are they just have to be close enough to throw me off. We do see T2 started on Dart Sandcom, and it's just poking back and forth between these 2 Aeon players. And that vision really helping out Team 2, keeping track of all 3 of those commanders now. And it is a 14-player game, 7v7, and nobody has died yet, which I don't know if it's a record yet, but it's 12 minutes on the clock. Nobody has died yet. I feel like somebody usually dies around the 10-minute mark in a 14-player game or a 16-player game. But so far, nobody has died yet. Yet being the key word in that sentence. T2 gunships over the top of Robert. He goes immediately into the water. Interceptors or ASFs are probably inbound shortly from Team 1. There is an ASF inbound from Black Phoenix. So that's going to deal with that. Couple of Yenzian poking at Robert's comm. Nothing really too crazy, though. And we do see some units inbound from Master of Seasons trying to intercept that force from Robert and deny any sort of movement. We do see a group of forces to the west from Team 1's Randy, but they're not grouping up with the comm, which we'll see if that strategy works, trying to separate them out. It does look like Amaterasu is going to fall back. Maybe even Hyper's going to join him, but it looks like it's just Amaterasu. They're pushing anything and everything they have to intercept. There are some bombers stacked up here, so they could throw that at that. From Rector, we do see Rector is pushing on that western side, though. Decent amount of T2 units stacking up. A couple of Blazes and Black Cannons just hanging out, waiting for Rector's arrival. But again, he's really not opposed down in the southwest. He might just grab that Trimax and call it a day, but he might keep pushing. We'll see. And those units are going to actually get by Team 2's defenses, where those bombers are starting to spin around. We do see some forces inbound that were probably going to go to the front line, but instead of going westward, we do see Team 1 getting closer with Dart Sand and Excelsior because Team 2 is focused on this. And now it is a 3-2 advantage. Team 2's Amaterasu is not really nearby. And it looks like most of those forces are going to be able to intercept those from Team 1. So it's a nice distraction that gives Team 1 a little bit of calm advantage for a little bit, but it's gun nano and T2 versus gun speed / range, so advantage to Team 2's Hyper in that regard. 15 total 1,000 versus 11 total 1,000. And then we see Darth Sand at 12,000. We see some T2 gunships online for him. He's moving in to intercept Hyper. Again, they are Stingers. They're not super great, but again, they're very spammable, so take what they can get, I guess. And Hyper's still being shot at. There's 6 Stingers over top and half a dozen. He does have T3 air online. A couple of ASFs are inbound, it looks like. We have interceptors inbound from Twitchmufo. Nice job there. And I will note there probably won't be a lot of communications in the chat, just because we see a lot of the FC group, especially on Team 2, where everybody's part of it. It's definitely on comms for this game for Team 2. And Hyper's probably like, can you get these Stingers off me? But he should be fine, though. He has nano. He's regenerating at 80 hit points a second, so shouldn't be too bad, realistically. Amaterasu getting some Team 1 AA just to help out. And now we see the rivalry once again between Randy and Spectrum Samurai. We see a lot of hoplites here for Team 1. They are really dropping that comp's hit points. Again, he doesn't have stealth, but he does get another veterancy. That's going to help out a decent amount. And now we see Hyper's back in the fight. He's going to get some veterancy from this. Maybe, if he doesn't engage, maybe not, but looks like he does kind of push them back a little bit. So the attack doesn't really work out. And now we see Excelsior moving westward, which now makes it a 2v3 now in favor for Team 2. We do see that Blarg is over here going for T2. He's not near the front line, but he could get there soon-ish. T2 transport or just walk over there. And maybe a minute or two maybe to walk over there. He might build just a front line here or a back line here or something just to kind of have as a fallback point. T2 also started for Dart Sand. He's probably going to push with some T2 PD and some shielding. Middle of the map, nothing is going on. Maybe a little bit of, looks like artillery shooting at Legend Lord's position. We have Team D being built. That's not going to help against artillery, but hey, it's something. And then the Northeast Master of Season is pushing back again on that side of the map. Restoration Field started here for Rector. He only has Nano. No, sorry, he only has Gun. He might go for Nano afterwards, but as of right now, it's only Restoration Field on board. 15 minutes and climbing still. Nobody is dead. Love to see it. Ooh, nice overcharge from Amaterasu, but he drops into the red. Ooh, he might get killed off by all of these. Oh, he's got to dodge. He gets eventually, but it doesn't matter. Kaboom. He pushed in a little too far with all that firepower, trying to rip them apart, and he got punished for it, and Team 2 suffers the first loss. First blood goes to Randy Savage, and it is now a 7v6 in favor for Team 1. It looks like Master of Seasons gets the base that will probably either be gifted over to Regather or even be given over to Spectrum Samurai. We could maybe see Hyper get that, but it does go over to Regather, which again makes sense. They would give it to somebody on the land side of things, on the western side. Naval facility is still online. Well, a little surprised it's not T2 Navy yet, but maybe Regather's going to wait. He does have a second base now. He might spend the mass for it. We'll see. And now with a player dead in the middle of the map, Team 1's a little bit more emboldened, but now it's a Gun Nano T2 comm versus a range and sensor package comm. And that's going to be a lot of hit points to chew through, especially with the Nano on board. Spectrum Samurai only has gun, still no stealth on board yet. Dartsan has T2 gun and shield online. So sitting at a total of 33,000 hit points and close on this first Arvet, so probably a little bit more than that here soon. And we do see Regather engaging on the western side, and Excelsior just getting bombed by Team 1 bombers, and there he goes! Team 1 suffers a huge loss on that western front, and now it leaves them a little bit open to attacks. It does look like most likely Randy will get that base, maybe even Darth Sand will get that base, kind of similar to what we saw with Amaterasu, but now it is a tied game 6v6 at 17 minutes, 17 seconds. I cannot talk half the time. Attack missile started on Master of Seasons comm. He has T2 on board. There is a gunship running around for Team 1, going after a couple of those exterior mexes for him. We do see Hyper and Spectrum are just hiding behind that nice little mountain hill thingamajiggy there. And we do see some T2 and Team 1 PD being built to defend this little section of the map. There is that Trimex that is down as of right now, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's online here shortly. But Regather is continuing to push. Team 1 will probably put a little bit more focus on this as a sniper or two moving inbound, but might encourage Regather to fall back. Again, he doesn't have Nano, he has Restoration Field, so it is going to help out his troops near him, just not him himself. But it is giving him 32 hit points a second, so it's definitely better, but it's not as good if it just didn't have, if he had Nano on board. Mobile missile launchers coming in, T2 artillery still pummeling. It's just more fire-based wars in the middle of the map. We have T3 trebuchets inbound. That's going to help out, really thin out those missile launchers for Team 2. Team 1's going to be happy about that. We do see Billy maybe thought about from Team 2's Amaterasu. It's T3 engineering suite now coming on board. Keep hitting him with these, says Excelsior, talking about the sniper bots. Regather looks like he is going to pop into the water for a second. He probably will go for Nano. And T2 has been started on board that naval headquarters. Did anybody else come into the air game? Yes, it looks like Spectre Slave has gone into T3 air tech. So that's 2 air players for Team 2, and at least it is 3 for Team 1. So a lot more air is starting to proliferate the skies for Team 1. And we do see Dartsan is going to play more of a land and air hybrid. He did start with air, to be fair, so he'll probably lean into that a little bit, which most likely makes me think this western side will get maybe a little bit weaker. But then Team 1's Legend Lord gets sniped by some whalers from Team 2's Spectre Slave. And literally, my mouse was right over it. Definitely assisted by Team 2's Twitchy Mofo, though, to be fair. His artillery is still alive, but everything else is pretty much dead. Now we have gunships going after Blarg. Blarg is dropping hit points pretty quickly. He's not looking good. This is a double kill for sure for Team 2. Doesn't matter if the airships come in now, and there he goes. That is a double kill at 19.5 minutes. So that goes from a 6v6 to a 6v4 in favor for Team 2. I will make a note, though. It is early enough in the game where somebody could steamroll with all the additional mass if one player was to get, let's say triple or quadruple base. So Robert on triple base now. It's a lot of eco, sitting at almost 500. mass per second just by himself. Team 1 is heavily in the lead, about 200 mass a second in favor. That is a decent amount to be ahead, and he might actually just turtle up. He has been pushing against Master of Seasons, which he might just say, okay, this is what I'll keep, and I won't worry about anything else. I'm just going to build up all my T3 mexes. But no, he does transfer over a base to Black Phoenix. So we have double base, and double base with Team 1's Randy Savage missing out. I mean, it is a 7v7, and if 3 players die, it's an odd number. It's just not going to work out. You would need 8 players on each team, and then if half died, then each one could theoretically get an additional mace. But anyway, Randy Savage has pulled back his comm a little bit. He didn't get sniped by the Whalers, but looks like they were dealt with the explosion plus the ASFs flying over top. But Rekather is still pushing. He's pushing him with a lot of engineers for reclaim purposes. Sniper bot slowly whittling those down. We do see a couple of Harbingers also mixed in there for Dart Sand to deal with that incursion. But there's a lot of pressure, and now Team 2 is starting to kind of send some forces around the other side of that pond there. Nano repair now started for Rekather in the pond. And Team 1's definitely going to be a little bit more cautious where their comms are. I was going to say I wouldn't be surprised if somebody's already in the pond, which he is. Black Phoenix is. Team 2, anybody else in the ponds? Nope, it's just Rekather. And it does look like a couple of Nathas are flying over top. No idea where they're inbound, and they get shot down before they do reach their goal. Maybe some T2 mexes were the target, specifically just because they're raining. And oh, look, that E-storage got hit. That's unfortunate. Doesn't blow up, though. That would have been even more unfortunate, but it's not dead, which is better than nothing. We see some Loyalists being shot at by Whalers again. Team 2 really pumping out those gunships. Team 1 was doing that for a moment, too, which we do see 1 or 2 here from Team 1's Black Phoenix, but the ASFs are going to get caught again, just because the ASFs are going to catch the Whalers again. And all the Whalers die, so no veterancy happens for those Geminis, and then it's just the reclaim will be on Team 2 side of the map anyways. So there's that. No real reason to give any of those units veterancy, which is definitely one of those plays that you don't really see that often because players don't really think about that, or they just focus on so many other things that it just doesn't, they're not reminded of it. But I guess he was reminded of it or remembered to do that or whatever. Nano repair started here for Rekather. It's kind of going a little slow considering he's on double base. Is he having power issues? No, not really. He's not terrible. He's getting a little bit of overflow, so it's not too bad. But really kind of slow on that nano repair upgrade, at least when I normally see nano repair upgrades, especially for Seraphim. Team 1's base here is gone. Team 2 might try to send some forces over there, but we'll see about that. Some Flapjacks are now down there. Don't know if they trundle all the way around or if they just were transported down there, but they're down there now. We do see a cruiser running around for Team 2's Rekather, using that pond to his advantage and using those missiles that have infinite in their little boxes, holding cells, thingy, cages, ammo rack thing. And just constantly, ooh, that was a nice grab. That was another nice grab. Couple of snipers already out of the roster for Team 1. This is over. Can't win with air. No intel, no scouting. Can't even kill Team 1 bombers. But as Legends are talking about the intelligence, this is what Team 1 can see. There's just really been not a lot of scouting. We do see ASFs are intercepting those spy planes. It looks like they might get some intelligence now. And then Team 2, this is what they can see on Team 1. They know a lot more. They're sending more air scouts out to deal with gathering that intelligence. And it looks like most things have been spotted by Team 1 at this point. Is there any sort of crazy nonsense at 23 minutes on the clock? It is, again, a 7v7. Players getting double, sometimes triple eco, so things are going to start to escalate pretty quickly. And this game does last an hour, so it's going to be an interesting game nonetheless. We have some Harbingers really thinning out Rekather's front line over here to the west. He doesn't really have a lot over there. A couple of Team 1s, a couple of Ilshis, that sort of thing, but nothing too crazy of a loss. And maybe he's hoping that the missiles will wipe out maybe a couple of the Harbingers, which it looks like one of them probably will die unless Dart Sand doesn't move them. Looks like he gets pinged to move them, and that one almost did die. We do see Rekather actually canceled the nano upgrade. No idea why. Don't kill Calm outside base, says Legendlore. Talking about, looks like the Cormorants. They might be going after Master of Seasons Calm. He's been kind of in and out of that pond, to be fair. It looks like they might try to force him in the pond and then bomb him out. There was a T2 transport there from Robert for whatever reason. Thought it was Team 2's for a second, but nope, we do see Rector again coming out to get some veterancy for himself. He's at 3 stars now, closing in on number 4. He might not get it. He probably will be pretty close. We'll see. It's going to be close. Let's see. Does he do enough damage with Com? No, he does not. So he's on the cusp of 4-star veterancy. And looks like all of the Com engagements have pretty much died down at this point. Team 1, again, it's 24. Team 2, it's also 24 minutes for obviously them as well. So they're thinking about snipes. They're thinking about, do I want my Com that far forward this time in the game? And Team 2 has the Com advantage. It's a 3-2 advantage. Team 2 has 6. Team 1 has 4. So they could really start thinking about maybe trying to get a murder-suicide situation and dropping it to maybe a 5v3. We do see Dartsan has a decent amount of T2 TMD as well as shielding and a probably soon to be Omni, I would imagine. Again, he's dealing with the cruiser missiles from Team 2's Rector. And again, it's just cruiser all day, every day. And Blarg saying build a FAF war, talking about Black Phoenix. And there is a nuke being built here for Team 1. So no, he's not going to go for Nuke. He's not going to go for Billy. Fatty, he's going to go for the nuke. It is the Stone Angel, and that's probably what's going to happen to somebody on Team 2. Has Team 2 spotted that at this point? Yes, they have, which means SMDs should be spamming up at some point. A couple of whalers helping out to thin out the Perseus from Team 1. They're going to get shot down pretty quickly by the ASFs. They probably will take a little bit of loss because the AA in the area, but not a whole lot. We do see tons of air being spammed up by Spectre Slave. We do see more of that. Oh, there is a nuke, okay, embedded in that little grid there. It isn't being built yet, but it's thought about. A lot of engineers assisting Hyper 2001's probably T3 or A Nano or Advanced Nano. And just more and more cruisers. Nothing really too crazy on that Western Front. Looks like just more loyalists and surprised no bricks in the mix, but he might be transitioning to that here. Yep, we see a little bit more bricks starting to be built by him. Literally, as I say something, of course, it's usually how it goes. If I just take 2 seconds to look at the screen, I might actually see something. We do see Team 2 launching an assault here from Master of Seasons. Lots of Team 1 PD being spammed up. And it's getting spammed up decently quickly. Most of the engineers are now dead, so all those PD are probably not going to get built. But they did build a decent amount. It did slow down the aggression a little bit. Bought Robert a little bit of time with this base. He might keep it. Might being the key word. We do have a Triad shooting over the pond there a little bit. But there's really not a lot of forces there remaining, so he might just have bought maybe, 10, 15 seconds more time, which, that's 6 mass a second per mex, and that's 18 mass a second. That makes a little bit of a difference. Nothing really here for Master of Seasons in the back line. Nuke is inbound, and it is going for Spectre Slave's base. The SMD was not built in time, which means Team 2's most likely going to lose that unless there is one here. It is not loaded. And everybody thinks it's going to be on them, so they're moving their comms immediately, just in case they don't get sniped. Spectre Slave, he's still sitting there. If he doesn't move, he will most likely die from this. If he does die, his base probably get transferred over to Hyper 2001. Okay, at this point, I don't think he can get out of there. We have Rapid Restoration Field starting here for Rekather. And nope. Oh, it's a little bit south than I thought. He might actually escape, and he does. Boom. If he didn't move initially, I think he would have died. But he lost his SMD, he lost his air grid, he lost his T3 air headquarters, he lost the mexes as well. It's a definite loss for Team 2. And in terms of eco, it's not terrible, though. It's 1.7 to 1.7. Leaders are Team 1's Black Phoenix at 560. And then Team 2, we have Rekather almost at 500, and then everybody else is below that. But everybody is in triple digits at least. There is that. 28-ish minutes on the clock, and then nobody has died yet. One nuke has been launched, but SMD should be being loaded here shortly and being built if the bases haven't already gotten one. There is one back here. That one just was newly minted. Looks like this base for Rekather's a little lax on SMDs, but there is one there for Spectrum's main base, so there might be a little bit of assistance there. And then Rekather's does have one over here to the west. So pretty much he's the only one besides obviously the base that got blown up, being Spectre Slave, losing that SMD. We do see Robert on the front lines. Now that his front line is his main base, looks like most of those units are just reduced to Ilshis, but there's a decent amount of AA, so the waves get shooed away, but a lot of the firepower has been dealt with, at least from ground to ground. There is a nuke here, and it's being loaded, and that was the one that actually got the kill. I thought it was this one. No, it was not. I thought it was the one up from Black Phoenix, but no, it was up from Robert, so definitely a great nuke from Robert. 80,000 mass is a lot of mass to blow up in one nuke. Definitely paid for itself, and then some. But this nuke is going to launch here very quickly. And looks like it's inbound for the air grid, or is it dropping short? Trying to tell on the lines kind of disappear. Looks like it's this base. SMD will be loaded in time. So the second nuke from Team 1 will be shot down. Unless magically that SMD dies from something. We have a GC on the western side for Dark Sand. We have a Monkey online for Team 1's Randy. And then for Team 2, we have Recather's Chicken, which 1v1 fight, that Chicken's going to win that fight, especially with the brick assistance. But there is a brick assistance for Team 1, so it could be kind of a, null and void. It's kind of a neutral engagement. The nuke should be launching right about... No, it's not loaded just yet, so it's going to fire here shortly. Unless it changed locations and where it's going to fire, it will get shot down. The Monkey will definitely die in this engagement. The Chicken might also die. It will probably get veterancy, though. It does get a little bit of veterancy. It's going to actually walk forward, so its Iron Storm tries to kill off more units. A little bit of Mountain there will impede some of that action. He turns around, though. Oh, it's probably not a good idea. He wasn't get out of range. He probably would be a little bit better off to just go after the units. We have gunships going after the cruisers. They will take heavy losses, but they will wipe out the cruisers, though, and buy a little bit more time for Team 1 to get a little bit more TMD online. Looks like that set of TMD and whatnot got wiped out earlier by whatever Team 2 threw at it. We do see circling going down on Team 2 about something. No idea, but they're circling something. And Nuke will land actually in front of Spectrum Slaves. Spectrum Samurai's Calm. I thought it was going for Twitchy Muffo, but it changed locations. And that's a boom. Team 1 scores a kill with the nuke, drops this game to a 5v4. They're behind one Calm now at 30 minutes, almost on the dot. Team 2's Master of Seasons gets that base. Probably will get handed over to Recather at this point. And Recather is in the pond. He is underneath the surface, so he is fine. He's going for Advanced Nano now with Restoration Field Rapid or Advanced Restoration Field Online or Regen or whatever you want to call the thing. And the Authams are pushing the GC into the water. I wouldn't be surprised if Torp Bombers either have been built or will be built momentarily to deal with the rest of those hit points. But it's 69, nice and climbing. And yeah, I thought I was going for this base. Good thing I checked over there for a brief second, because that was a great kill by Team 1 and a great wiping out of a base. 5 mechs is dead. That's over 100 mass loss for Team 2. Team 1 is still in the lead, though, 1.9 to 1.7. But in a 7v7 game, now it's a 5-4 game. It's not that bad of a deficit to be behind. We do see some strats. I don't know what their target is, so I'm wondering what they go for. They are being shadowed by those ASFs, but looks like Team 2 might have spotted them. The SMD is vulnerable, but it is pretty much in or behind the shielding. And it looks like SMD was not targeted. Oh, actually it was, never mind, but it does still impact the shields regardless. That would have been a great 1-2 punch from Team 1, launching the nuke pretty much as the SMD would have been destroyed. It looks like this nuke's now coming in from Robert to this base. This base does have an SMD. No, it is not loaded. It looks like Recather's going to try to just spam load that SMD. He sees it. He's like, I gotta load it. It's going to be really close, but I think he's going to lose it. He's going to lose that base. No, it's not going to be. He doesn't have enough time. If he was loading it like that when the nuke initially launched, it would have been fine. Oh, you got to move those ASFs. That's not going to look good. He moves them out of the way. Boom, and Team 1 launches another and lands another successful nuke. Team 1 has a separate nuke launcher here for Black Phoenix. That's 3 for Team 1 in total. That's number 4 nuke launch and a satellite. This game is kicking off incredibly fast. Love it with all the kabooms, and I'm assuming that is the target. It is unfortunate, but unless he built an SMD to specifically protect that thing, I don't think he's going to keep that there much longer. But we had 4 nukes launch, and 4 nukes will... Oh, no, it's not going for the T2 Naval Headquarters. It's going for this little base down here. It's a Trimax position with some production and whatnot, so it is a nice little thinning out of the Western Front at least. But kaboom, it is worthy of a, not a super big kaboom kind of thing, but it's still worthy of a kaboom. But look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4 nukes have landed. And Team 2 has not been able to shoot down any of them. They definitely need to reload, not even to reload, load, and load, and load those SMDs. Team 2 does have a nuke. That's an interesting place to put that. Oh, I mean, that'll work, I guess. He's building another one right there. I don't see any SMDs, though. That's going to be a problem for him. That nuke is built and is being loaded. And I feel like Team 1 has their next target in mind. The nuke is halfway ready to go. 155,000 mass killed. Definitely paid for itself. And then nuke over here, not as good, but again, it did wipe out 3 mexes, so that did help out, and a lot of production. This nuke is going to launch immediately, it looks like, and it is going for, oh, who guessed it? The 2 nukes being built down there. Don't know why he built that without an SMD, considering that Team 1 has been launching nukes for a while. Maybe he was counting on this SMD over here, or an SMD here, but that one was destroyed. That one was barely rebuilt. And satellite now over the top. Looks like he's going to build a nuke there. Yeah, and he knows it. He knows it's not gonna matter. Is he going to try to load it as fast as possible and fire it? Maybe, but he's out of there. There's no point. Like, I would cancel this. Maybe send the engineers over to try to help load that a little bit. But that's going to be number 5, and it's going to be a successful number 5 for Team 1. No nukes have been shot down yet. I don't think I've ever had a game where every nuke landed. Now, I don't count Billy nukes, though, because I feel like Billy nukes, again, they can be redirected, shot down. Nukes can't really be redirected. They can be shot down, though. So, same, but not same. So, yeah, he's going to get out of there. He's not going to die from this, but he will lose that nuke and that second one that was almost done. He's not going to load it and then fire it in time. It's not going to matter. That nuke is sailing overhead from Team 1. It's going to be a great nuke as well, wiping out, again, 2 nuke launchers pretty much. Oh, wipes out P-Gen, shielding. Almost killed off Hyper 1001's comm. Now he's sitting at over 100 mass kills with 2 nukes. That's 50,000 average plus. And then that's another nuke. Team 1, I feel like they have a YOLO at this point, how fast they're firing. Nuke, point defense, nukage, and it will grab the chicken. The other chicken is dead, and kaboom! And Excelsior's like, dang, like, right? Nice ton of mass, says Legendlore. That is a ton of mass, especially because it doesn't lose the reclaim because the unit has to have its death animation, so the reclaim from the chicken will still be there, which is a good thing to note. But tons of PD here. Team 2's land army is not getting anywhere near this base. They would have probably wiped out the nuke had it not been for that nuke. So nice grab dev from Robert. Yeah, the average wasn't as great now, but hey, save the nuke and everything else in that base, and the Novaks. Lots of savings for Team 1. And that's sometimes almost as better as killing stuff off on the other team. Maybe it's not as satisfying, but saving some mass here or there definitely helps out after a while. Nuking next, says Black Phoenix, targeting this base. It is just open season on Team 2 with the nukes. And yeah, I don't see an SMD. There it is. Nuke is launched. That's going to be number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's number 7. All of them have landed. And unless there's an SMD in the middle, which that'd be actually interesting. And there is one. Never mind. Oh, it's going to be close. Geopost back online. It actually might be the first one shot down. Unless it skates on by, it's going to go pretty much right over top of that base for Twitchy Mofo. And is it going to fire and shoot it down? Oh, there it is. It does shoot it down. So Team 1 loses that nuke, but hey, 7 nukes without being shot down once. Technically, one of them was a defensive nuke. So I'll say 6 offensive nukes. That's a really good average, to be fair. Shield Spectre is making something. He's making bombers, and Artie will be up soon. So conversations going down about what Team 1's Randy and whatnot is up to from Team 1. I almost said Team 2. I think I did actually say Team 2, but that's from Legend Lord 2 from Team 1. Crab sitting here in the middle of the map. We have redirection systems on board. That Loyalist firing back some missiles from Team 2. Not a lot, but it's something. And then we have mexes being shot down, blown up, disintegrated by that defense satellite. That should just be renamed to satellite. Or even actually should just be renamed to offensive satellite, because it's really hardly ever used for a defensive satellite. We have 3 comms in the pond from Team 1, so that actually could be a really good nuke if Team 2 did launch nuke. Speaking of nuke, Team 2's Hyper 2001 has finished loading, almost loading his technical 3rd nuke launcher, but technically 2nd that he built. He was in the middle of building his 2nd, and then it blew up. With SMD, it looks like that might be a target for Team 1. They could just spam out nukes at this point and try to win the game that way. They've already decimated Team 2's infrastructure a decent amount. Team 1, though, is not that far ahead in eco, considering all of the explosions and nukes and whatnot. It's not even maybe 100 mass. It is 2.1 to 2,000, but again, it's really hard to tell what exactly that number is. And yeah, Team 2 does come up to 2.1, so we'll say maybe 100. Maybe, and that's generous. We have maybe the first major airfight of the game. We do see ASF's inbound from Dart Sand is inbound with his. So Hyper maybe not even would have won that airfight, but Team 1 definitely wins that airfight with the combined air forces. And that's why it's nice to just have one player have the majority of the ASFs. That way he can coordinate all the movements and the turning and the whatnot. Yeah, you can't spread them out around the map, but sometimes you might not want to do that. You might want to coagulate them all in one bundle, or ball, or clot, or something. Lots of air scouts over here just keeping constant vision. This is what Team 2 can see on Team 1 side of the map. And this is what Team 1 can see on Team 2 side of the map. They do know where that nuke launcher is. They know where a lot of the SMDs are for Team 2. They've already made other notes about stuff. SMD only 50% built. And it's not even there anymore. So it looks like that was probably commenting about Spectre's original air grid there that's no longer there. Looks like he moved a little bit more northward. SMD is loaded. We have artillery done for Team 2's Twitchy Mofo. He's getting his P-gens ringed, and he's going to go for a second one now. So artillery is online for Team 2. It is not a full 20 by 20 map, and for Team 2's Twitchy Mofo, that pretty much should reach anything on the map. Oh, no. Oh, barely. Just a tiny smidgen, and it probably wouldn't even matter because let's say you put a YOLO right here as well. It probably would be able to clip it about there because you can't build on the edge of the map. You can build, that's, I think, pretty much as close as you can build. So you would pretty much be able to hit it regardless. Nuke is inbound from Team... Ooh, SMD is down and the Novax is down. And Robert knows that he's building his own artillery now. I missed that bombing from Team 2. It looks like it wasn't a walking, it was a bomb because you can see the explosion right there. And that nuke is inbound. That's going to be Team 2's not only first nuke of the game, but first successful landing of the nuke. So Team 1 got 7 nukes in, and then Team 2 finally fired one up. And this is a Seraphim one, so it's definitely from Hyper 2001. There goes the nuke, and obviously Robots knew this ahead of time. Another nuke is inbound, this time from Team 1. And there it goes. Oh, looks like actually it didn't get bombed. It got artilleried by Team 2's Twitchy. So that was a 1-2 punch from Team 2. Nice assist from Twitchy. And then the nuke comes in and seals the deal. So, again, a little bit of revenge for Team 2 for sure. And they're going to probably continue to spam out those nukes. Already killed off. Wow, that's a lot of mass. Almost 100,000 with one nuke. Dang, that's a lot of mass killed. That's also, includes the nuke, the T3, land headquarters, all the mexes. It's a lot of mass-worthy stuff, or mass-intensive stuff. SMD is loaded, so that's going to shoot down that nuke. That's number 2 shot down. Oh. There it is. Yeah, that's... Did that miss or load? Missed. Yeah, eventually got it. That's right. That's what matters, right? You may miss it initially, but you come back and go for it. Nuke is inbound from Team 1. And I heard another nuke launch somewhere, I thought. Unless I'm... No, it's Team 2's launched a nuke. Where's that one from? I don't see that. Where is that nuke from? Because I see the icon for it. Oh, it's from the east side. It's over here. Oh, look. It's an artillery and a nuke from Team 2. So it's nuke and artillery from Team 2's Master of Seasons. Here comes the nuke from Team 1. And it looks like it got shot down somewhere because I don't see it anymore. But the nuke from Team 2 will land. It's going to go after the artillery that's being built. Robert just getting punished by Team 2. And kaboom, wipes out that artillery that was being constructed. Shields Please says Excelsior, talking about the air grid, because Team 2 could easily blow it up. Another nuke's inbound from Team 2. It's from Hyper 2001 this time. And they are really spamming stuff up. Looks like P-Gens needed for more nukage. He's going to build another nuke. Does he have maybe a backup SMD just in case? He does have all the other SMDs in front of him. That one's going more west by northwest. So it's either going to go for... Highly doubt it's going to go for that. It could go for this. But it's probably going to go for infrastructure, probably. So it might land here, maybe? Yeah, it's going to keep going. So yeah, it looks like it's going to go for infrastructure. That SMD... Oh, it's going to... Oh, that's interesting. It's going to land here. Oh, wipes out some stuff, but not really a whole lot. That would have been amazing. A couple seconds later, and it would have grabbed a huge chunk of that ASF. That would have been amazing. But needed it to be about maybe 3 seconds later, maybe 5 seconds later max. That Crab Army and GC incursion is inbound. Looks like Team 2 has one chicken to respond to that, so not a lot of firepower in experimental territory. Not really looking good in that regard for Team 2, though. They have a lot of missiles raiding in, though. Some Percy's mixed in there as well. The GCs are fairly even damaged when they engage with the chicken. There are some Othams to help out as well, but Team 2 is really lax on their middle right here. And in terms of games, let me know down in the comments if you think is going to currently win this game. Of course, if you haven't, because why not at this point? At 42 minutes in, let me know down in the comments if you think is going to currently win this game. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Again, if you have a replay that you want to send me, send it to me at strategiclaunchreplays@gmail.com. Again, like I mentioned, I think in yesterday's video, I believe, my backlog got a little bit fuller from, past couple days. People have sent me stuff, but it's definitely a lot thinner than it used to be. So if you have a replay, please send it to me. This one was sent to me recently. So again, that backlog is small now. So just, again, if you have one, I'll look at it, put it on the, in my list, and the chances go up more and more as every week goes by. But Team 2's player of Rekethar does get killed off by Darth Sands GC. As I was doing my little self-promotion, the little chat box got in the way, but he definitely died by those GCs. That's another kill for Team 1. It drops this game now to an even, for the first time in the game, tied game. And well, actually, technically second, but tied game at 4v4. We have, is that a Billy nuke or is that a regular nuke? That is a Billy nuke inbound. It's going to land right either on top of that crab or right next to it. Kills off a chunk of those bricks, though. That's probably, worth the Billy nuke itself. It's just the bricks. We do see a Monkey Lord is dead by strats. Did wipe out that little base there. There was an SMD there, so at a bare minimum, that's another SMD dead for Team 2. We do see 2 GCs here, 1 GC here. And again, those 4 experimentals, monkeys being added to the mix of that. Another Billy nuke's inbound. That western front for Team 2 is not looking good. I did see somebody was building he did build teleporter and laser on board. So telemaser is a thing for Team 2. The only person who can do that at this point being Randy Savage. Team 1 has 2 players. Team 2 Spectral Slave can do that. The only place who can do that for Team 1 are Randy and Black Phoenix. So this base, once belonging to Rekethar, is pretty much going to be dead and gone. The strats are not going to kill these units off fast enough. And I don't know what's happening, but they are not hitting anything. Oh, they're going after the chicken that was being built. That makes way more sense. It looked like they were shooting at the ground, just not actually hitting anything. Ion Storm does activate over here. It will kill off this crab, maybe, if it targets the same one consistently. We have airfight happens. Billy Nuke got redirected on top of Twitchy Mofo's face, so that's unfortunate, but he doesn't die from it. I don't think he wouldn't have died anyways because of his veterancy and whatnot. SMD is going to die. That's going to help maybe encourage Team 1 to go after that. The SMD is going to die. Probably encourage going after that base. 1 crab did die. One of them is heavily damaged. Another Billy Nuke is inbound. And Team 2 loses Twitchy Mofo due to Darth Sand. He gets... How did he die? Because he messed up the micro? That's interesting. Well, you'll probably find that out with a little picture-in-picture. But it kind of looked like Billy Nuke almost. But Darth Sand isn't anywhere near there. He's all the way over here. Was it our... There goes the nuke, blows up. Looks like another crab, but monkey's still here. Crab is still here. Lots of dead stuff. Team 1 starts saying, do you have an artillery piece anywhere? You don't have an artillery. What did you die by then? Strats, maybe? There it is. Yeah, it was strats. If he's stratting now, he's definitely was stratting earlier. I just didn't see them. Mikey Lord. Doing great. SMD's definitely the target. Those strats are underneath heavy AA. So good luck going through there. That makes me think they probably went this way. And I just straight up missed them. But GCs have just cut a hole on that western front for Team 2. Not looking good. Megwit's still alive. Barely an inconvenience. Nuke here for Team 2. Spectre, just nuking everything is what Team 1 and Team 2's goal is this game. Just nuke the entire planet at this point. But PGen gets reclaimed. Nice micro there. And here another SACU blow up, most likely. Hopefully it's not a... Oh, it's a nuke. That was a nuke. Another nuke inbound. Going to wipe out the rest of that air grid. The artillery pummeling Team 1. We have 2 nukes launching pretty much simultaneously from Team 1. One of them heading for this base, it looks like, and then one of them probably heading for this base. The SMD is still online, so it will not be shot and blown up, but that one will be. GC still alive. GC still alive. Doing very well for themselves in terms of veterancy. We have strats constantly raining in from Team 2. This crab is somehow still alive as well. The nuke did get destroyed. Spectre Slave is out of range. And that nuke is going to land. That nuke actually doesn't go for this base and doesn't get clipped by that SMD, which is a little surprising. But we have wiped out the rest of those mass fabs there. And then the T3 mexes and mass fabs here. So it's a boom, boom. Double nukes. And Team 2 is now at 3 players left. Team 1 is at 4. They are in the lead once again at 40 whatever minutes since Switchy Mofo died. And that GC is still inbound for that air grid. Not looking good. 27 hit point. It might actually get killed off before it gets anywhere near it. It's going to take a couple more strats. I wonder where the ASFs are from Team 1 at this point. You think they'd be sent in to try to protect this GC. GC will kill off a PGen, maybe grab that second one with its crash damage, but that's it. This GC still fine, but it's still inbound for that air grid. Look at Team 2's western half, though. Just constant destruction and death, and can't keep it online for long. Donut online for Team 1. Team 1's 3 of their 4 remaining commanders are in the same pond, and Roberta is receiving more damage from Team 2's artillery pieces at this point. Kills off that SMD that was trying to be built. And kind of surprised they're not targeting this, or this, or this, or even this with a bunch of PG and mass fabs. That's a lot of eco. Team 1's at 2.5, Team 2 2.6, Team 2's at 1.4. Not looking good. 2 more monkeys inbound, and that SMD is now 100,000% dead. And I feel like a nuke is going to be launched any moment from Team 1's Black Phoenix, I would imagine. Because I think he's the only one that has nukes at this point. Yeah, why aren't the nukes being targeted by Team 2? They know where they are. Super surprised they're not targeting those. I feel like that's been the biggest thorn in Team 2's side at this point is the nukes. Team 1, it's more of a mix of nukes and artillery. Team 2 has 2 of them still online. They did have a third one. That one died, though. We have strats killing off this fatty. Now it's dead. And then we have Team 1 having a nice little frontline base here. We have that's a lot of strats running around for both teams, technically. ASFs are now inbound for Team 1. 48 minutes and climbing. And I can obviously see why this game was sent to me. We do see arrows from Team 2. Looks like there's maybe wreck. They're saying they're going this way. Shields are online. We have tons of T2 artillery being built. We have shielding being built. And those strats are going to go for, again, they're going to go after the weakest point, which is the SMD. You wipe that out, then you launch the nuke and you call it a day. And 4 will be able to drop. The shield should be fine, though. They'll lose the T3 mechs, but they probably just want to lose that rather than lose the entire base. And Team 1's Donut getting ever closer to Team 2. Look side of the map. We do see, looks like the artillery is finally going after the PGens and Mass Fab farm over here in the middle. And that is not going to be fun because it's very volatile. Nuke being pointed out by Legend Lore. Oh, nuke this is probably what he's talking about. The SMD is now down, it looks like. Oh, he's probably squibbling about the GCs here. We have the crab wreck there. We have the monkey wrecks here. We have tons of reclaim on Team 2 side of the map. In total, the map, oh my, 500,000 mass. And honestly, 80+% and 90+% of that is on Team 2 side of the map. That is a metric ton of reclaim, and it's pretty much well secured by Team 2. We have chickens over there. We have a bunch of forces here. We have obviously GCs and whatnot in the main Rex in the main bases. Artillery raining in on Randy Savage's position. He's lost this mass fab. Little line there. He's going to lose more P-gens there. Team 1 on power should be fine given the air grids that are still online. Yeah, nothing too bad. Looks like really only Darth Sand pretty positive. Everybody else is kind of low, but they could just be spending all that power on a bunch of stuff, which is fair. More donuts are being built by... Ooh, SACUs got blown up. That's not great. Don't want to lose the eco there, especially the power. At this point, you want to keep those shields online, especially with artillery bombarding. And without power, you can't load SMDs, so it's a mix of both. And that is 3 donuts over there. There is a lot of AA that for Team 1 to fly through, so is it going to be a... Oh, is it going to be a suicide play? Oh, it's probably going to be a suicide play. Oh, yeah, there it is. Look at that. Impending doom inbound from Team 1. They're just going to try to land on top of the artillery at this point. 50 minutes on the clock. That's... Or they could go after the comm. One or the other would work, but it looks like they're kind of leaning maybe a little bit more... Actually, in the middle almost. But no, they're trying to veer off. Oh, 2 of them land. 3 of them land. That one's not going to matter. 1, 2, and... Oh, look, he's fine. Shields are down. Some of them are. Artillery did get hit. That was on 155 HP. What? What's on 100? The SMD? Or... Oh, maybe that was the target. Oh, that was the target. Oh, that was it. I didn't see the SMD there. Nukes is a Legend Lord. Nuke, 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 nuke. Go for it. And Excelsior says nice. So that is one way to make an entrance and just have a nice assist. Another nuke inbound from Team 1. Maybe they're trying to cement that. Yep. Cement the destruction of not even the Tsar Rex, but just that base with the artillery in it. I mean, it's, at this point, that's the main threat for Team 1 is the artillery. And now I think we're starting to see nukes being targeted, which again, at this point in the game where nukes have been launching for, 20 minutes at this point from Team 1, you would think they would have been killed off sooner, or targeted sooner, but no. SMD is not in range. Master of Seasons, he's not in range. His nuke's gonna... Oh, is it gonna fire? No, it doesn't! I could make a comment, but I'm not going to. We'll accept surrender, says Black Phoenix. Come home to the north. Wipes out a ton of units. Looks like they were engineers going for a chicken construction or something. But that is now a hole in Team 2's eastern flank, and they have 2 nukes down here, but 2 nukes and no artillery is not going to work out, especially with SMD, 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 SMD. SMD in this base. No SMD in this base, though. But SMD. Where's the backup SMD? No, only one? That's kind of an oversight, I guess. But at this point, maybe not. 52 minutes on the clock. And it's not really looking good for Team 2. You do have chickens on the... There's a lot of units down here. We have 4 chickens and then 3... We have 7 chickens, which is a lot of firepower. Team 1 has almost that many monkeys and a donut. I don't know, though. We have... Is being... Spy planes, I guess? 460 map. Please reclaim all, says Team 1. Excelsior. That's an all chat. Just everybody reclaim at this point. I mean, there's so much reclaim on the map. Oh, yeah. It's gone down a little bit, but still a lot of reclaim. I love this, by the way, says Excelsior. Yeah, just one fat boy, just slowly eroding the eastern front. Maybe he's looking at the... He's probably looking at this. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's... Yeah, Team 1 definitely sees... Actually, that's Team 1's Darth Phoenix. I thought that was Team 2 for a second. Apologies, that's Team 1. Oh, that's amazing. What's the range on that? Oh, it would have sniped the artillery and the nukes and whatnot. That might have been funny, or maybe even the comm too. But that ice cream sandwich is about to get ripped to shreds in about 2 seconds. Drawing teleporter, says Robert. Speaking of teleporter, he hasn't used his telemaser yet, which I find definitely interesting. And enough to one-tap it. Took a little bit, but with 20,000 shielding and 10,000 plus hit points, it takes at least 10 to chew through it. If not, I think it's actually a little bit more than that. I think it's about a dozen. I think that is needed to one-tap a fat boy. Nuke is inbound from Team 2. Don't know where it's going, but it's going somewhere. Is that 200,000 mass kill? Wow, that's a lot of mass kill for that one nuke launcher. And it's going. Oh, the monkeys are going to move. Team 1 knows it. And could have actually been more useful maybe going after this, just wiping out production and whatnot. We have one Ion Storm activated. One of those chickens of the 7 are dead. Looks like the strats killed it off. The nuke is... Oh, no way. Oh, please hit the donut. Oh, please hit the donut. Please hit the donut. Please hit the donut. That's close. Did the monkeys just come back to get hit by the nuke? Boom. 4 monkeys dead with 1 nuke. Yeah, that's an ouch. That's an ouch for sure. Ooh. That didn't feel good. How much mass did that kill? Oh, just almost 80,000 mass. I think that was actually 80,000 mass. I think it was 221. Now it's 302. It's a lot of mass dead. Yep. Yeah, but map control is heavily favoring Team 1. We have an explosion over here. Master of Seasons killed off by... Oh, he got sniped. Duck, says Black Phoenix. Talking about the engineers, most likely. That is unfortunate for Team 2. All of that momentum for the chickens are now just stuck in the water. And that's pretty good snipe from Team 1. Team 2 sees it now. ACU being pinned by Excelsior. Still no telemaser, though, from him, which I find super interesting. That he's just not going for it. He's built it a while ago. He just doesn't want to engage. He probably assumes that Team 1 knows that he has it. And, they built a ton of PD to protect that. Oh, one of the nukes did die, to be fair. Maybe he... Oh, no, maybe he control K'd that? Maybe. Maybe it was artillery hit, but there's not a lot of it. Shots landing in? I don't know. Artillery landed at Randy Savage's base. Yeah, I don't really see the marks anymore. I thought they lasted a little bit longer, but I guess not. 55 minutes in climb, and we're closing in on that 1 hour mark. More random Sams on this map. Says Excelsior. Oh, we're talking about just the middle of the map. Team 2 doesn't really have a lot of air compared to Team 1. It is still a decent amount, though. Almost 200, in fact. But we have ASFs. Those are not ASFs, those are spy planes. We have ASFs here. We have Team 1's nukes. We have Team 1's donuts. We have all the SMDs. There's really... And the land army. That is, I think, the one thing stop, says Blarg. We have 2 monkeys. 6 monkeys probably been way more than enough, maybe. They would have gotten veterancy from this, plus the donuts over top. The chickens are going to target or be targeted. This one is heavily damaged already. Mikey Lloyd's eating up all of those Othams. That Otham's now dead. That Otham horde is going to kill off that Mikey Lloyd. That's definitely a couple of orders of Othams for sure. And we have a brick wall or 2 inbound as well. 1 chicken is dead. And we have 5 chickens left. 4 chickens left now. We have ASFs inbound from Team 2. We have ASFs. Oh, I didn't notice Spectre Slave has ASF, so there's that. And Spectre Slave could intercept the ASFs from Team 1. Looks like the donut is the target. However, and it looks like that donut didn't take a lot of damage, as much as I thought. And air fight happened. Second pass with the donuts. Donuts still not being hit a whole lot. It's surviving a decent amount, to be honest. And those ASFs just got eaten up by Team 1. And both donuts are still alive. I don't know how that donut is not dead. 4,000 hit points. How is it not dead? That is super surprising. And Blarg's like, what the heck? Oh, the T2 artillery, probably, from all of the experimentals that were inbound. Artillery is landing from Team 1's side of the map. Don't know where. Where is that artillery piece? Oh, look, there it is from Black Phoenix. Probably handed over to him by Yeah, probably handed over to him by Robert, who's actually no, he's building them. Okay, never mind then. He's just using EVF tech. He has 2 of them online already. He's building a 3rd one as we speak. Team 2 doesn't really have defense, and boom, there goes an explosion. Who died? What? That's definitely like a calm explosion, but no one's dead. That is very odd. I mean, it could have been a Billy nuke to be. Oh, it looked bigger than it actually was. Okay, that made went like, why didn't nobody die? Ah, that's why. Billy Nukes kills off the nukes, but the artillery definitely helped thin out the shielding as well. But Hyper taking a decent amount of damage from that. Artillery's raining in. Oh, Matt's Bab's not a great place to stand. But it was a good sniper attempt by Robert, though. He didn't get the kill, but he did kill off a lot of stuff, though. Is he teleporting in again? Or he's reloading it, I see. Team 2 is pretty much not left with much options at this point. Where did you go? Where did the telemaser comm go? Oh, there he's right there. Oh, he's being counter telemasered. He's going to laser the ground immediately. Who is that? Is that Randy or is that Black? How are they alive? Talking about Team 2. Nuke is inbound from Team 1, I would imagine. There's the counter telemaser, and it's a murder-suicide situation. And it looks like it was Spectre and Randy. They drew with one another. That is now a 3v1, still in favor for Team 1. And those are GG's in the chat. And then there's a desync. I mean, we pretty much know the way the game is going to go at this point. Actually, that was a nuke from Team 2. Oh, look, he built another one over there. Look at that. What a game. That's... Yes, that is definitely probably one of the best comments of the game so far. Is just what a game. Oh, that's gonna be a lot of mass dead though for Team 1. That's 4 mexes, almost 5 mexes. Needed a little bit more north, but wipes out that amount of mass. How much mass did that one kill off? Oh, that's not bad. Almost 50,000. It's not bad. And shielding starting to fail in other places. Another artillery should be online here. Yep, there it is. 59 minutes and climbing. Yeah, it's just Team 2 just... I think the nukening definitely, you know, didn't necessarily encourage Team 2's demise, but it was 6 nukes, technically 7, but 6 nukes, just wiping out a bunch of infrastructure. Definitely set back Team 2. They did recover actually decently quickly after that, but I just think Team 1 just kept hammering them and hammering them and hammering them. Team 2 was pretty much always on... Why are there just 2 Tempests down here? Oh, they look no, they look like Tempest for a second. Apologies, because the Y's look pretty close to the T's. But anyway, I was like, why are there 2 Tempests there? Those are definitely Stealthers now. Anyway, but I just think Team 2 was just so much on the defensive. They weren't able to push out a whole lot. They did have artillery, which helped out a lot. You know, killed off a nuke, killed off infrastructure and stuff. But I just think the constant just hammering on Team 2 from Team 1. I mean, it kept Team 2 down to the point where it was just... Eventually, 1,000 of anything will kill anything, and it definitely killed a lot of Team 2. Spectre Slave going out. Did that? Oh, I thought the artillery piece hit a strat. But Spectre Slave going out in style, ground fired the Randy Savage telemaser comm. And Team, again, it's definitely, I'm leaning towards maybe Black Phoenix or Robert for MVP at this point. The nukes just were on point and insane, and they did so much damage. And Hyper too. Like Hyper did 200,000 mass killed with 1 nuke launcher. So you know, even just that alone was great. Oh, what? Arrow going northward? I have no idea what Wreckathur's talking about. But it's just not that much left. All that chicken finally gets killed off over here. Donut gets rebuilt. We have 5 more donuts that just keep multiplying. They're like rabbits. Do not tell me he's going to try to twat bomber him. He can try. It's not going to work, but he can try. And there goes all those. He's going to teleport in. He's teleporting. Oh, he's teleporting here. Oh, he was teleporting just in case. That's a smart move. You have Torp, says Excelsior. We have just Team 1 Lobo spam. That's not really going to do anything against the line of Cerberus. T2 tickle cannons, though. Oh, there's the comm of Hyper. The donuts have spotted him. Are you going to control K? Are you going to teleport out of there? What are you going to do? And Nuke is inbound, going to wipe out that base once belonging to Twitchy. And 1 donut, 2 donut, 3 donut. No, nice little triangle formation. Oh, looks like somebody spotted him. And there he goes. Team 1 scores the final kill of the game on Hyper 2001. That is 1 hour, 2 minutes on the clock. I thought it was a little bit longer than that, but I guess not. But that is the game here, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed it. It was a great, great game, but the Nukes just don't even stop, even till the last moment. They don't stop. Looks like Team 1 was launching a nuke here and there. Dang, that's a lot of nukes. That all? That one's not launching. That one will launch. That one launched. 400,000 mass killed with that one. That's so much mass killed with that nuke launcher. Oh, just a cool little Mavor sitting over there to the north, you know. It's nice to have. There's another nuke inbound. Makes me think there's one more over. Oh, there's another one right here. So 3 nukes in the air. Jeez, that's so many nukes. Definitely the nukening for sure. But let me know down in the comments again what you felt about the game. Again, MVP leaning towards Black Phoenix over Wilbert. Wilbert and Black Phoenix did a lot of work both with nukes and some artillery and whatnot. And the land pushing both from Randy and Dwight Sam was really good. Right into Team 2's middle of their bases. Killed off the western half, and it was just the demise after that, essentially. But I do think the nukes did set them up quite nicely, Team 1 specifically, for the win. So that's why I'm leaning towards the 2 northern players. But again, let me know down in the comments what you felt about the game. Thank you so much for watching to the very end of the video. I really appreciate it. If you haven't, because why not at this point, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And I will see all of you in the next one.